Hello. There's a little drag on my shit. Hi. Hello. Thank you. There's like a slow drag on my stuff. Let me see. Can everybody hear me?
All right, how do I do this?
Huh?
How do I do this so I can make this one?
Oh, just boil me some water
Okay.
and then cut up some lemons.
Okay.
All right. So, huh? No, I haven't. All right. So I wanted to kind of talk about there's a slight delay too on my video, and I apologize for that. Um, I'm a little hoarse. I haven't been sick, but I have been working a lot, a lot. And like literally for I have not been off, not one day. My store has not closed, not one day since this COVID-19 thing. And I'm very happy about that. But the flip side is, Lord, I know I'm supposed to be resting voice. I know. My husband is making me some tea and stuff now. But I've been still doing readings. I've been still doing love consultations. I've been still doing all of this stuff, right? And so I've been doing more love consultations than I ever have during the COVID-19. And so I know. Um, I realized in all the pictures that I have posted, I've never posted about. Can you turn the light on? Put two. Yeah. I've never posted about. I never showed our wedding. The light on, baby. Both of them. Yeah. I've never showed our wedding, and we didn't have a wedding in the concept of we had like big old stuff. We went to the courthouse and we got married, and I never showed those pictures. I realized I've never showed those pictures, and I was kind of like, why? Out of all the pictures that I've showed, I've never showed us taking pictures at the courthouse when we got married, and we did take pictures. Um, huh?
So you should have them.
Yeah, I got them now. And what's so funny about that is that was probably one of the most vulnerable days um, of my life. Number one, I never said I wanted to get married. I said I wasn't gonna get married again. I had already tried it a few times over and it didn't work. And I was just like, if we love each other, we don't need a piece of paper to solidify anything because we love each other and we don't need that, right? That's what I said. Or that's what I told myself. But my husband wasn't trying to hear that, like at all. Were you down?
No.
It's like, no. And so, baby, the best thing to do is to boil the water first, pour the water in the cup, and then do that.
Okay.
Yeah. And so I don't know. I just didn't feel like I needed to do that to solidify anything or to prove to anybody. But my husband was different. He was like, I want you to be legally obligated to be with me. And I'm like, well, I am legally obligated to be with you. But he wanted that everything, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
He's about, So we went ahead and we got married. And I cried that day. And I had to really think about everything because I remember that day we went and got our license like that Thursday of the week before. Yeah, the Thursday of like the week before. And what you have like 24 hours or 34? Let me have one of them, baby. You can, what you got, 24, 40 hours before you gotta do it, or 30 days? I don't fucking know. But whatever it was, Damon was like, I want us, thank you, Daddy. I want us to do it and to be fast about it. So,
No pressure.
come on, no pressure. It was all pressure.
No pressure.
And so, the day we went to the courthouse, the way we went to the courthouse, it seemed like no judge was available to marry us. Remember that shit, Damon? He was hot. He was hot.
I was frustrated.
He was very frustrated. What you say about you? Very frustrated.
I was very frustrated.
He was very frustrated. And so I was like, just calm down. You know, it'll happen when it happens. It's no big deal. Just don't even, just calm down. And so finally, I think the judge was going to lunch or something, and he walked down to a courtroom and there was a judge available. So we go in to hi darlings. We go in to, you know, see if I get married. And so the first thing she asked us was how long we had been together and why do we love each other or something like that or whatever. And I remember as soon as she asked me why did I want to, and me and Damon have never even talked about this either. So this is the first time that I'm talking about it to him. The reason why I like bust out crying, and I bust out crying like like you remember Damon? It was because I felt at that point I realized that it was relevant for us to solidify. I know, child, but I had to tell this. This was on my spirit. I had to share it. So my ex-assistant that was working for me, she had came, and it's been a minute ago. She had came and she had took pictures and shit for me, and I appreciated it and stuff like that. And so I remember I bust out crying, and I was so emotional. And I didn't think, like, I'm a Taurus. Most Tauruses aren't emotional like that. We're kind of like assholes a little bit, especially being with the earth sign and all. And my husband is a Capricorn, so he's kind of an asshole too.
No, I'm not kind of. Get it right. I'm not kind of an asshole. I'm halfway gonna make it.
So I was like, this is too much for me to be in. And believe it or not, up until that time, I really didn't feel like I had to really explain my love for him, if that makes sense. And I know this sounds like real fucking crazy, but I'm a Taurus, and the earth signs are a fool with shit like this. And I thought if I tell him everything, that he's gonna know everything, and now that makes me more vulnerable. So when she asked me, did I love him and why did I love him and all this shit, it just broke down something inside of me. And I was like, girl, you punk bitch. Like,
what's her name? What her name? Wood.
I was like, girl, like you fit to tell everything. And I couldn't stop myself. Cause I thought if I don't tell this bitch everything, she probably ain't gonna wife us, marry me, and he gonna lose his mind. Cause Damon was about to lose his shit if he couldn't get me. I was like, baby, we can come back. He was like, no, we can't come back. We gotta do it now. And I was like, okay. And I thought to myself,
yeah, no pressure.
Say it louder.
I said, no pressure.
All the pressure.
No pressure.
All the pressure. And so when she asked me that, I was like, like nigga, like was crying, okay? Like somebody had hurt me. And she was like, you okay? And I was like, no. And I was like, I love him for all the right reasons that a person should love somebody. I was like, he took me at when I thought I was in my most broken moment in my life. And he took me and held me and took care of me and provided for me. And he made it right, so to speak. Like, I'm good by myself because I don't need a nigga like that. Sorry, baby. What you say? But he made me feel like a completeness, which is what everybody is thriving for. But we so scared of it. And we want it, but we don't want to give up what it takes to have it. And I thought to myself, I'm tired of giving up everything. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I'm tired of giving, and bless you for that too. I'm tired of giving up so much of me to somebody. And even though they didn't wife me, they've made it difficult for me to exist in this union. So now I'm just stuck. So I didn't know if I really had enough in me to give to him like he so deserved, which was one of the reasons why, I hope I'm explaining this right, which is one of the reasons why I didn't want to get married again. Because I felt like when you get married, it kind of changes the dynamic of everything, because now it's not I and me, it's we and us and our. And I just didn't know if that would be enough for me at this point in my life. I hope I'm explaining this right. I hope I'm explaining this right. Well, great, Miss Vaughn. I'm glad you got your package, baby. Because I was still waiting for the ball to drop necessarily. And I realized when things are going good in our life, we quick to kill that energy with uh this is too good to be true, or I can't believe this is real. But I had to learn to stop saying that shit, because when you say I'm just waiting on a ball to drop, then you're giving the universe permission to make a ball drop. Even when you say if it ain't one thing is another, you've just given the universe permission to make something else happen. So one thing won't be enough. It's always going to be something else. So I had to learn how not just to live in the moment, but enjoy the moment and speak on the moment, and also speak life into that moment so it grows into another good moment and another good moment and another good moment and another good moment. So instead of taking the energy and saying, he too good to be true, I started being grateful because he was so good that it was true. I hope I'm saying this right, because I didn't really plan what I was gonna say. I just wanted to talk about it. And so when she asked me those things, I knew unequivocally that he was the one that I wanted to spend the rest of my life with. And I also realized at that moment that I had loved love, not the man. Like I had loved love in the process of the marriages, but I didn't love the man. Because when you love the man, you're not trying to fix them per se. You're existing with them. Because being in a relationship or a marriage or in love is two imperfect pieces. It's two imperfect pieces that you are putting together to make it whole for you. And I didn't do that. I was just like, I've done this enough. Fuck this shit. You know what I'm saying? And if he gonna leave, he gonna leave. If he gonna stay, he gonna stay. But that's the most fucked up is selfish shit you could ever say. And when you can't try to cancel out what you're feeling for another person, you're minimizing you minimizing the relationship, and you minimizing what the future could be. So you got to watch your words. You have to watch your thoughts. You have to be cognizant of what you're doing. In that moment, I realized that I was never cognizant of what I did, and I always sabotage shit. And if it wasn't being sabotaged by the other person, I was gonna do it. So back to the wedding. So then I'm crying and I'm explaining what happened. The judge and teared up. The lady, her assistant, what was it? The court secretary, huh, Daddy?
Mm-hmm.
Teared up. The bailiff then teared up, all because of what I'm saying about how, in a way, he almost rescued me from me.
6 years is sweet enough.
Oh, it's perfect, Daddy.
Okay.
Thank you, Daddy.
Yeah.
So I tell them why, and they're like, "Oh my God, that's so beautiful." Da, 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 da. And then they ask him, why did he want to marry me? And I don't even remember what he said because I was crying so fucking hard. What did you say? I don't even remember what you said. But it was something to the effect of, she's the first person I ever fell in love with. He said, when I got married before, I got married because she was pregnant. She had my daughter, and I was doing the right thing. And I realized that I was never in love with her, but I was in duty to her. I was in, I had a duty to her. And I was just like, you love me like that? And he was like, yeah. And like I said, the person took pictures and shit, and I never posted them because I feel like that was such a vulnerable moment. That was such a vulnerable time. That was so fucking vulnerable that I was that day that I said I do today. Now, the funny thing is, good morning, son. Now, the funny thing is, when the funny thing is that we've taught, we teach and we talk and we do so much shit. However, we forget to be vulnerable. And I realized that my husband, that moment, accepting him into my life like that, it was permanent and it made me vulnerable. And then it made me realize that too, that it's not that a lot of times that people don't love us, or people in our relationship don't love us, or whatever the case may be. It's just that we love each other, because there's 8 different types of love languages according to the Greeks, okay? And it's 8 different types. And what happens is when we fall in love or we think we love somebody, sometimes the types of love don't match That's why the relationship doesn't last or it fizzes out. Just stay with me, y'all. I ain't did a live in a minute. Just stay with me. So you have 8 different types. And so I'm going to talk about the 8 different types and explain why it doesn't necessarily, like, if y'all are not, that's what an equally yoke come in. That's what the love languages come in, because people love differently. And if they don't match, that means y'all not on one accord. I actually got this off the internet. I'll tell y'all the website in a minute. I got to find a website for that. But it's not in the book. I got it out off the internet. And because I was looking up like love languages and shit like that. And I just pulled up and I was like, fuck. This is for real. I had did good. I wasn't even cussing, y'all. Daddy. I wasn't even cussing. I didn't fucked around and cussed. I just cussed again. Shit. All right. Anyway. Good, Gabrielle. I'm glad you got your order, baby. The first one it said is the agape love, and that's like the unconditional love. There is a book called The 5 Love Languages, but this ain't the book. I'm talking about the different love types. And so the first one is agape love. It's the unconditional love. I know I got an old spirit. I've been hurt so many times. That's the selfless unconditional love, which is what most women have. But this is a radical kind of love too, because it's perceived to be a long-term love. And a lot of times, unfortunately, if it does not, and this is like a Christian love too, and it's like the concept of, Jesus, and he loved us so much that he laid his life on the line. You got to suffer to be happy. That's the concept. And I hope I'm explaining this right. That's the concept that people think, that you have to give all and give in hope of the sacrifice. You hope. Zay, you going with us tomorrow, this weekend? The second type is the eros, the romantic love. So that's the love, eros, after the Greek god of love and fertility, right? The eros love is also where babies come from, because it is an expression of like the love and the passion and the manifestations of thereof. So, but this love is dangerous because it's mixed with passion and love and feelings and a sexual love. And it even goes with the saying, burns hot and bright, burns out fast. That's really how we love our partner. It ain't unconditional love. It be that eros love. You got to know the difference, which is why I'm talking about it. Then you have the affectionate love, the philia love, right? That's that affectionate love. In other words, it's the love that you have for your friends. That's the love that a lot of these niggas have for y'all. And you thinking that he have the eros love, or he have the agape love, and it's not. Doesn't mean that he don't love you. He just not loving you the way that you love him, or she's not loving you the way that you love her. So the love's got to match, because it's 8 different types. So it's not that, and love is an action word. It is something that proves. It is something that shows. And a lot of times it's not like that. It's not like that. It's not proven. It ain't showing shit. It's just a feeling. And that's where I think the philia love come in, the affectionate love. And then you have the self-love. So self-love, right, to show improve. The self-love is not negative or unhealthy, but it's the love that everybody should have for themselves. It's PHILAUTIA. It's the love that you should have for yourself. And we don't have that. So we lack compassion for ourselves, but we give it to other people. That's necessary in everything. In every person, they need to have that. That's why self-love is so fucking important. Then you have the storage love. The storage love, STORGE.
Come on, your urge and your grinder thing.
Oh, I'm so excited about my little grinder thing. That's defined as the familiar love. And although it's kind of a strange term per se, this love kind of looks like the filial love. However, it's more due so to the child and parent, which is what a lot of people mistake that familiar love with their partners, especially if they.
Going to the post office.
Huh?
Going to the post office.
Are you coming back here?
Yeah, going to.
Yeah.
Okay. Off to the post.
Damon's going to the post office. Yay. All right. So this isn't a physical love or even a sexual attraction. This is just really like a strong bond, a kinship, a familiarity between people. But you're taking that as something else. It's so many different types of love. Like, I just want to let y'all know that you be thinking that that person don't love you, that that person don't see you. It's not that they don't. They just probably can't or won't or whatever choose to love you in the way that they should. They just love you in a way that's comfortable for them. And then you have the enduring love, the pragma love. It's kind of like almost the opposite of like the sexual love, because eros tends to burn out quickly because it has so much passion, so much intensity. That's why when y'all first get with a person, y'all have the eros love, y'all banging, fucking y'all fucking brains out, and then it kind of burns out, and then you're no longer attracted to that particular person, or you're not attracted to the things that you thought you was outside of the bedroom, which again is what a lot of y'all have. And you might have to watch this video again. Because a pragma love is kind of like, it's love that has matured. It's love that has developed over a long period of time. When I say my products, I pray over everything. I do rituals over all my stuff. And believe it or not, the pragma love is the most um rarest form of love that people share, because nobody really puts in the time no more. It's like he ain't really what you want because he don't have the type of job that you think that he should have, but he is working, he doing the best he can. But you see your friends with niggas that's doing blah 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 blah, and so you kind of like, I'm tired of working, like dealing with this nigga, and I'm gonna move on. And rightly so, if that's how you feel. But a lot of times nobody puts in the work. And I'm not saying if he beat your ass and cheating on you, of course that's nothing for you to build off of, and you shouldn't be putting no work in none of that because he ain't doing the right thing. But if one is developing, you have to kind of give them time and patience if the love is equal, if it's equal. Then you have number 7, that's the ludus love. That's the playful love. It's the early days of romance. It's when y'all first get together and it's so cute and you get butterflies in your stomach, and like you feel all giddy, you feel that thing in your back when you see him or hear him. That's endorphins, and that's a mental thing. That's in your brain. That's in, yeah, tips and travels and cocktails and fine beverages. Yeah, like puppy love. Um, in other words, your brain lights up. Your brain lights up when that person is, it's almost like drugs. It's almost like a drug. and you feel like you hound your, and it make you feel alive and you're excited about life and all of that good stuff. But that too can fade. And then you have the mania love, MANIA, the obsessive love. Now, mania is not necessarily a good type of love because it's obsessive, and that's what a lot of you bitches have, obsessive love. But he don't fit the love that you want. He fits the more eros, the more romantic at the time, passion, heat, and then it fizzles. The mania love is a type of love that can lead a lot of y'all being stalkers, jealous, even anger, because the balance between the eros love and the ludus love is off. So many people who experience this type of love also suffer from low self-esteem. Oh yeah, I wasn't trying to hear that one, but it's true. You don't have no self-love for you. You put everything into the other person, and because the other person didn't see you the way that you thought they should, then you ready to go off and hurt somebody. That ain't good either, sis. So what I'm saying is you have to match. You have to match. You have to, like, for me, I know I like words of affirmation. Now I'm talking about the 5 love languages. I know I like words of affirmation and I like acts of service. Like I like doing nice things for him and for people that I love. Um, Quality time. I don't know if I'm really a quality time kind of person, but my husband is. My husband is. I'm not necessarily like that. I think I'm more of, you telling me you love me and you're showing it like in acts of service. But quality time, no. Receiving gifts, I don't really care about that. I don't really care about that. And even the physical touch, I'm not really a touchy-feely kind of person. My husband is. Um, I'm not really a touchy-feely kind of person, like at all, at all, at all, at all. But I'm working on that. I'm working on it. I really am working on it. I am. I'm working on it. Because I'm honest with myself. I'm honest with how I am and what I do and all that good stuff. Um, yeah. I think that's yeah. Cause I'm sometimes I could be too hard, I think, and I could be, too like I need stuff structured like this, and this. And when it's not like structured like this, and this, I have a hard time coping with those changes. So the first thing that I always have to do is I have to look at stuff prospectively, and I have to be transparent to myself first before I can be transparent to anybody else. That's why I keep a carnelian and an amazite, ammonite on me all the time, because those two crystals are really good for self-love and they're good for reflecting. Of course you have the rose quartz, but what's somebody say that's Taurus, okay? Because it is. I'd be like, oh, you want to hug again? I just hugged you last year. Oh, you want to kiss again? Um, I kissed you like yesterday. We doing this every day now. And the fuck part about it is my husband is very touchy feely. A fist bump can lead into us fucking. Like it's like I want to give him a hug, but if I give him a hug, he gonna start rubbing and feeling and patting. And I'm like, bro, I got to go to work. We got to get this stuff done. I mean, you know how many times we've had sex in my shop because he just I grazed him walking by him. And he was like, babe, you just so. And I'd be like, dude. I was like, nobody loves nobody that much. Like, what the fuck? And he was like, but I do love you. Do y'all know how many times I've had sex in both of my fucking stores because of Damon and his insatiable need to turn a fist bump, a hug, or a high vibe into something else? And I remember being married to my ex husband and we never fucked. Like, for real. I can wake up in the morning and he's like grazing his dick on my ass. I'm like, bro, I just woke up. We had sex 3 days ago. Uh, we probably gonna fuck today because he probably gonna look at this and like, and he gonna look at the part where I was saying how much I loved him, and then it's over. And he the only person I know. Like, you don't even have to work him up. Even at 46, you don't have to work him up. It's just I just walk past him. And he was like, you know what, baby, you are so fine. Keep in mind, my hair is all over my head. It looked worse than this. I don't have no makeup on. I just woke up, and I'm just like. And I'm like, boy, I'm gonna stage you. He told me that don't do nothing but conjure me back. I'm like, you don't even love me this much. Like, nigga, you don't even love me this much. But, you know, I guess I could be complaining and saying that we don't fuck at all, huh? So anyway, I've done so many love consultations over this period of time. And I just thought I would talk about this because this is something that I'm constantly repeating to them about, y'all love languages have to match, the different types of love they have to match. Like they just have to. And I know a lot of people don't think this deeply, and maybe I'm thinking too deeply, maybe I am. But I just believe that when you are with the person that you're supposed to be with, and I'm not talking about initially a soulmate because anybody could be a soulmate, your kids, your family, your friends. But that twin flame that kind of like burns for you, it is so different. It is so fucking different. Um, it's really different. What is it? So I just wanted to talk about love, of course. And thank y'all for all the love consultations that y'all have booked with me. And I thank y'all for trusting me to speak into your life. It's really scary when everybody be letting everybody read them because you don't know people's intentions and you don't know, what they're trying to do. And people be giving advice based off their own pain instead of based off the spirit. And they really be leading people down the wrong path with their inexperienced and them being emotional themselves. And how you know they're emotional is because if you say some shit they don't like, the first thing they want to do is go off. See, I don't get offended by that because I feel like you're entitled to feel however you want to, but always check those feelings to find out why. What's the root of why you feel this particular way? A lot of people don't take the time to do that. I've done a lot of love consultations where I refused to do the work and they went to somebody else and it blew up in their face. And then they emailed me back. I really need to talk to you. I'm so sorry. And, whatever. So I just wanted to have this little bit of conversation. I haven't talked to you guys in a while. And I just wanted you guys to be mindful and enjoy life and love, but do it in a healthy way that's going to grow you and not take from you. It's going to make you love yourself and love life even more because you have a person to share with you that you guys are on a balanced wave. So I think that's it. So thank you guys for watching this video with me and for your comments and also for the offering that she gave. Thank you. You guys can go to my website at www.magicalladyduchess.com to schedule any type of readings or appointments. And you can also shop online on my store. If you guys follow me on Instagram and you follow me on Facebook, then I talk about a lot of results and stuff like that. Okay. So many blessings to you all, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.